What's up? You gave me blanket. The reason I'm putting up this video right now is because, just about 2 hours ago, I think, I had this one meal that was quite usual, just one type of meat product paired with pasta. The thing is, I also kind of added, some Parmesan to the pasta because I was like, yeah, you know what? Why the fuck not? Maybe it works well. And the thing is, in about like half an hour after having eaten all of that, I felt like I was about to get the runs. The runs is code for diarrhea! And so I tried to endure that for a while, and, as soon as I came back to my room, I just sat down on the porcelain throne to take a shit. Surprisingly enough, nothing came out. I was expecting to be there for like at least 2 hours. But turns out, nothing really happened. Which is kind of odd. But still, it makes me want to question this one thing. And one thing only. And that is... I don't know how okay it is to be honest right now when talking about this kind of stuff, but the thing is, ever since I was like a kid, I've never really liked dairy products by themselves. They either had to be flavored one thing, which was the only way I could eat cheese when I was like 4. There was like chocolate flavored cheese. I don't know if you guys remember that. I'm of course talking to the folk from Turkey. Anyway, I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was the only way I would actually have cheese. I've hated cheese for the better part of my life. Like, all the way until, I would say, last year. I still won't most likely have it by itself, sorry. Yeah, like, somebody has to be around me for me to eat cheese! No, of course not. What I'm saying is, I'm still not gonna have cheese by itself. It must be accompanied by something with a stronger taste, to the point where the cheese complements it. But I don't hate it as much. I'm not necessarily a fan of yogurt every once in a while. It really depends on, the type of texture it has. If it's, well blended, I'm probably going to be fine with eating it. But, if it's got like those solid chunks with like fucking disgusting dairy water underneath it, sorry, but it's not happening. And I'm talking about Turkish yogurt, of course. The kind that isn't necessarily sour, but, the type if you've tried it. And, when it comes to milk by itself, I'm never having that shit. It actually kind of disgusts me when I have, like, cereal or something like that. If there's, like, I don't know, chocolatey milk remaining from, like, any sort of cereal, I'm probably not having it. I'm not having honey milk, if it doesn't have any Cheerios on top either. But, I'd say Cheerios go well with milk. But I'm probably not going to have any sort of, like, chocolatey cereal. I think it's a little bit too bland, and when it gets soggy, it ends up being fucking horrible. And not to mention the taste of milk, which is... Nope, just simply impossible for me. I've never liked the taste of most dairy products. Now, I will have myself some fruit-flavored yogurt. I will have myself chocolate milk, strawberry milk, something like that. But I'm never having them plain. That's the thing. That's what especially matters. And the thing is, even if I started liking cheese more recently, I'm still not the biggest fan of the experience of eating it. Because, like, this isn't the first time I'm adding cheese to my pasta. I've been having it with, like, melted cheese on top of the sauce for, like, 2 to 3 times, something like that. I think I've had it, like, that many times. And every single time I ate it, I felt like I was about to take the most diabolical shit of my lifetime. And so because of that, I'm just thinking, what if I was lactose intolerant this whole time and I just never realized it because I don't really consume dairy products that often. And because of that, I just thought I just generally had a problematic digestive tract. That is also possible. Maybe just something is just fucked up with me. But, what if, what if I was lactose intolerant on top of all of that, which made the situation so much worse? Who knows, right? You know, I wasn't really expecting this to go anywhere. I just sort of like realized that this might be happening, and I was like, yeah, you know what, might as well actually bring it up. Maybe I'll come to some sort of conclusion. I don't really know, but yeah, that's just something that happened with my life. I don't fucking know. And yeah, that's about it. There's going to be like a complimentary video that's like 16 or 17 minutes long, something like that, to the one I sent yesterday. You remember that one? Where I was like, depressed as fuck? Yeah, there's like a complimentary video to that, but I don't think I'll ever upload it. Or maybe I will, I don't fucking know. So yeah, that's about it. See ya, I guess.